Hey everybody, hello, it's me, Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a video on creating a heart wall hanger. I know I've done a few different wall hangers and things in the past, but the last time I did one of these hearts, and I got this heart from, actually from the Dollar Tree. And they only had one left yesterday when I was there, so I only grabbed one. I would have grabbed more had they had more, because the last one that I made, actually, I sold it right after I created it. So it went really, really fast in my Etsy shop. And I hadn't purchased any more since then, but I hadn't been looking for them either. So I'm going to create one today, and I think this one's going to be way different than the first one I did, but I think it's going to be equally as gorgeous. I've got a few of my butterflies that I've made. First let's go ahead and read a inspirational quote. How's that sound? I found a couple of them that were really, really kind of profound in a way. This one I really, really love. It says, "When you give joy to other people, you get more joy in return. You should give a good thought to happiness that you can give out." And I agree with that 100%. I am one of those people that even, say, at the holidays, at Christmas, I enjoy giving gifts more than I enjoy getting gifts. For me, that is something that I love to do. I love to give people things that they can enjoy, and I enjoy seeing them smile, you know. So for me, I really, really love giving more than I love getting. So although, you know, I get gifts all year long, I have beautiful, beautiful subscribers that send me amazing stuff so that I can bring you these great projects. And so I feel like I kind of have Christmas all year long. So when Christmas comes and it's time for me to give back and give to somebody else, I really, really enjoy that quite a lot. So for me, I do enjoy making people happy. When I see somebody walk by that looks a little bit down, you know, I try to come up with something clever, of course, to say to them that will make them smile and make their day a little bit better. And I'm pretty good at that. And I mean it. And I do it because I enjoy seeing someone smile. So, you know, if you're out and about and you see somebody that, you know, could use a smile, give them some of the joy that you have inside of you, and you know, make them happy, make them smile. Here, let's see. It's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. That's a good one. And we're all crafters. I try every day to come up with something new, and I know you guys know in my brain there's always new things roaming around in there, and something will just pop in my head and I go with it. I can look at an object and I can say, oh, I could do this or that with that, and it would probably be really pretty. So I enjoy doing that. So originality is the best way to create, I think. Now, I obviously get inspiration from other crafters. Don't get me wrong. I live by watching people's YouTube videos and getting great ideas, and from those I get inspiration to create my own things. Let's see, what's another good one here? Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. So if you had a bad day yesterday, forget it. Move on, you guys. Let's move on, and let's try and have a good day today. So we're going to have a good day today because I'm going to create. And I hope you guys really, really like this. And I'm starting from scratch. I don't really know what I'm going to do here, so my ideas are just going to flow as we go. So I do have my distressing ink here, and this is in Espresso Truffle. and I will be using that. I have one of my pretty appliques that Debbie over at Bird's Place sent to me. It's really gorgeous. It's got pearls all over it, and this is a really, really nice quality lace. And I got a bunch of these from Debbie, and I've been creating with them for a little while now, and I just love every time she sends me one. I get excited because I do try to hold on to them. When I've only got one left, I'll hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it usually until I get another one, and then I'll use that one that I was holding. So I tend to do that. I hate to use the last one of anything because I'm always afraid that something's going to come along and I'm going to need it and I'm not going to have it. The next thing that we're going to need is some Mod Podge. And this is the stuff that you used to be able to get at the Dollar Tree. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my Dollar Tree no longer carries Mod Podge. So I was very sad when I found that out. Well, guess what? I had two friends that sent me bottles and bottles of Mod Podge. I got some from my friend Kareth. Thank you, Kareth. I appreciate it so much. And Kareth sent me a couple of matte bottles, and I do love the matte. When I'm doing something that I've done with, say, a chalk paint, which is what we're doing here. So I am using the matte Mod Podge. And my friend Robin also sent me a whole bunch. And she sent me a whole bunch of the gloss Mod Podge. So I've got everything I need to do decoupage work with. I also was going through some of my wood stuff, and this is something that I've had for quite some time. Actually, probably a few years ago I bought this. And it's a wooden grateful inspirational word. And so I painted it white, and we're going to be using that in here today. I have my heart that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's just a wooden heart, and it's probably about 11 or 12 inches wide by probably, I'm going to say, about 13 or 14 tall, or maybe just 12. I don't know. And I don't see my ruler here to measure it. So anyway, no matter. They do carry these at the Dollar Tree, though, you guys. And it's just a 1/4 inch thick. So they're nice and lightweight and easy to work with. And I have a couple of images here along with some other laces and things that we're going to use. Now, I had debated on which one of these I wanted to use on it, because I could take this one and put it kind of off to one side, and I've got this beautiful bunny, which we all know and love. I did a box using one of these bunnies, and it turned out amazing. The other thing I have is this butterfly image that I pulled off of Pinterest. I really loved it so much, the way that this butterfly was done. And I thought, you know what? It's got more of a white background, so I thought this might be more suited to this white heart. So the way that we're going to do this, though, you also need to make sure you have a brush that you can do your Mod Podge with. And I also have a felt circle, which I'll probably be cutting down because I want to make a flower. And I have one here that I made, let's see, a long time ago. And I think I threw it aside somewhere because I thought, oh, I'm not going to use that. Here it is. I've got this one that I made a long time ago, but it's not really what I'm looking for, and it's probably a little bit bigger than what I want. So I think we're going to go ahead and probably make another one. I'm going to keep that one handy just in case. So the way that I'm going to do this, though, is I'm going to tear the image out. So we're just going to start up in this corner here, and I'm going to just go for it. And just kind of tear it how it wants to tear. Making sure that I don't tear into the butterfly itself, but I also want to get some of the image that's around the butterfly. It's got this lace in here and this paper, old-fashioned paper, and it's just really, really pretty. So I'm going to try and get some of that in there as well, but I'm just kind of trying to get a crooked tear here. I don't want anything to be perfect on this. I'm going to tear that off. And there's a line that kind of goes down the bottom of this, so we're going to get above that line there. Just like that. And then I'll just kind of play with it a little bit and see where I need to continue tearing to make it fit on the heart. So this, I got a little bit bigger pieces left over here on this tear on this side, so I don't really want that much kind of hanging off of there. So I'm going to tear these extra little bits off. And I'm going to have the butterfly sort of going, which way do I want it to go? I think I'm going to have it over here on this side. And I need to tear a little bit more off in this section here. Just bring it down a little closer to the butterfly. Kind of like that. So you guys, I gotta tell you, I know I told you all that I lost my little Chloe, and I am very, very heartbroken. I'm having a terrible time getting over it, but here's what I need to say. I had a comment from one of my viewers, with regard to something that I guess I did in one of my videos, and I'm just I was kind of devastated by the comment because I took great pride in the care that I get, well, that I do give my animals, and I love them all equally. And the comment came from me when, I guess one time I was in here crafting and Chloe began coughing a little bit. And this was probably a couple of months before she passed away. And because I used to catch myself saying, Chloe, Chloe, because it would kind of sometimes startle her and get her to stop thinking about the coughing, because what would happen is she would get into these coughing fits. And she would start coughing more and more and more the longer she got into it. And so I would use sort of that tactic, I guess, sometimes to see if I could get her to stop coughing. And I did that one time when I was doing one of my videos, and one of my viewers was very unhappy with me, because she kind of felt that I was mistreating my dog. Now, I'm not going to say this viewer isn't stopping watching my channel, but she just, she gave me a little scolding. And you know what? Maybe she was right. Maybe, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And I feel terrible because, of course, a couple months later, I lost her. But I just want all of you to know that I love my animals. I loved Chloe with everything I have. And I am terribly sorry if I offended anyone or made anyone in any way ever think that I ever mistreated her, because I never, never, never did, and I never would. And I would say something to somebody else if they mistreated their animals. So, I don't fault my viewer for scolding me on that one, because she was doing what I would do if I saw somebody doing something that I thought was kind of not okay. And she felt that was not okay. And I get it. I completely get it. But I just want all of you to know that I do really, really miss my baby. She was my baby. She lived to be 14, actually. Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, I apologize for, you know, if anybody thought for any reason that I was ever mistreating my dog, because I never did. And I just want you guys to know that. So anyway, I just had to say something about it, because I honest to goodness, don't ever want anybody to think that I would ever do anything like that would be wrong towards my animals. I never, never, never would. And that was just something that I maybe got in a habit of doing because it would help her to stop coughing. In the past, she had asthma, and she would stop coughing, and she wouldn't end up going into fits that were as bad as they were if I didn't stop her from coughing. So yeah, I just want to say to my viewer that made the comment, I'm not gonna call her out or anything like that. I'm just gonna say I apologize. And I hope that you don't think that I ever mistreated my dog, because I never, never, never did. And never, never, never would. And I just need you guys to know that. So anyway, I'm sorry. Not to go into too much boo-hooing for me right now, because I've done quite enough of that. I've been crying for weeks now. And boy, I'll tell you guys, we decided that right away we were not going to get another animal too soon. We thought that maybe we might, because we are the kind of animal people that we don't go anywhere when we have animals. We stay home because we don't want to leave our animals with other people. And that's kind of a insecurity, I guess, that I have, that, you know, I always think, well, nobody else will take as good care of them as I do. And so Jeff and I decided that we would wait a little while and try and do a couple of things before we get another animal. And honestly, the next dog that we get will actually be probably more Jeff's dog than mine, because he wants a German Shepherd. And of course, I am more in favor of having a lapdog for me. So, so we'll probably go to the German Shepherd first, and then after that we can decide, what, if anything, we're going to get as far as another dog is concerned. So, so right now, you guys, I'm just kind of testing some of my bits and pieces that I have here. But the first thing we're going to do, I decided I am going to put this here. And what I do have to do is to make sure that wherever I place this, our grateful sign is going to fit in a nice way. And I have to decide where that's going to go as well. So I think it's going to go something like that. And I really do like the placement of this now. So the other thing that I want to do, now that really looks very pretty, just torn with the white edges. But I feel like I need to ink the edges on this. And I'm scared because I'm afraid I'm going to ruin this butterfly by doing that, because it really, really does look beautiful just like that. And I wish you guys could talk to me. And if I do ink this and it looks terrible, what I will do is I will stop the video and I will start over from this place where I tore this, and we'll just put it on that way. So I'm just taking my inker and I'm just going around the edges where I tore it, and this sort of defines those edges. And most things I do love inked. It looks like this was burned, and I kind of like that old burnt look, like it's been in a fire or something. So I need to bend it just a little bit so I can get a little bit more in that inside corner there. And I hope this looks good inked. Now I tested another image because I was actually, before this came along, I was going to put a different image in here, and it was a pair of my little angels that have like the teal background. But then I tested that on another plaque that I have, and I liked it better on the other plaque. So I decided to change gears on this one and use the butterfly. And actually, once I thought of the butterfly, I liked this better for this particular piece. So you can see it's all inked around the edges. Now I do still have some torn paper on these edges, and part of me feels like I need to kind of go over all of that torn paper. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to bring it in a little bit more where those tears are a little bit deeper and cover it with the ink. And some of these edges are real light and some have the bigger tears. So we're just gonna, wherever it tore a little bit more is where we're gonna add a little bit more ink. And this ink will grab on those spots really well. And right here we have a big piece right there. And the only way for me to get to that in a good way is by bending it. And I really hope I like this. And I'm trying not to get this ink all over my hands and stuff because I don't want it to transfer onto the heart. Okay, so there we go. We've got it all inked. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I like it. So it looks really, really pretty on there with the ink around it. Very nice. It kind of defines the whole thing. So I'm totally good with that inking, and that's the way we're going to do this. So now I just need to put this where I want it. And test our grateful sign. And that'll go something like that. Right here I did get a tiny little bit of the ink on there, but that's okay because we'll probably be covering that spot up with some lace. So we're not going to worry too much about that. I definitely did not. In fact, I need to get a paper towel and sort of wipe my hands clean. Make sure there's nothing left on them. And we are going to start the Mod Podging process. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of dump a little bit of this on the heart itself and then just kind of move it around. And again, this is the matte Mod Podge. Although, even though you get the matte, you guys, it will still give some shine. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to lay my brush down here. And I'm going to press this around on these in the center here. And try to get to the edges without moving this around. I don't want it to move around on me so that the ink smears. I need to get under there because I didn't get any under that spot. And I think pretty much everywhere else I got a good amount of the Mod Podge on there. Not want to do that. So I'm going to take my paper towel here and I'm just going to rub over the top of that with this. And I have a little bit of ooze right here, so I'm going to just kind of go along here and try and wipe some of that off. Just like that. And let's see, I've got another paper towel here. We need a clean one. And there we go. So we've got that all pressed down really well, and you guys are noticing, I'm sure, that I did not paint the outside of this with the Mod Podge, and I don't intend to. I do that because this print is done on my inkjet printer. And if I put Mod Podge over the outside of this, it will fade. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm just taking a little damp corner on this paper towel, and I'm gonna sort of wipe off any little bit of ink that I might see that's kind of sticking out here. And again, not like it's gonna matter. You guys can hide little imperfections, especially if you're planning on using lace and things like that. You can hide a lot of those little imperfections with your laces and flowers and other things that you're going to be decorating this with. And you can almost always tell, okay, this is where I will be adding flowers or what have you. So I'm not going to panic over just a little bit of ink that is around the outside of this. So there we go. And that looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm really, really happy with the way that turned out. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to let this dry for just a minute, and I will be right back because I'm going to put lace around the back side of this. I need to take my sticker off. And I did not paint the back side of this heart. There was no need for that. But I am going to let this dry just a little bit. So I will be right back. Okay. We're going to flip this over now, and I'm going to take this pretty lace, and this is just a very thin, not your, you know, top of the line lace. And you guys, I've got ink and stuff on my hands. Please try to disregard that. And what we're going to do is we're going to start up here in this corner, and we're going to ruffle this lace around the edge. Oh, we need more glue. And so what I'm doing is I'm folding it in half, and I'm taking the front piece and I'm making it shorter than the bottom piece, as you can see here. Let's see. Just like that. So that it overlaps like that. And I'm flipping it over so that that's going to go to the front so that we have sort of a double ruffle. So that's what we're going to create here. So I'm just going to start it with a little bit of glue right here. And we're going to go around the entire piece ruffling this lace. I'm trying to make sure that we keep that front ruffle in the right location so that it's not getting misplaced. Just like that. And we will keep going around and around. And if you get it off a little bit, no worries, you guys. It's not going to be the end of the world. If you have one spot where that lace is just a little bit longer or shorter than in another spot, because it will get away from you at times. And I'm just using my thumb here to press it down into that glue, not burning myself at all. And you got to do a fairly short line of glue. You don't want to put too much on there because it will start to harden pretty quick. And I'm going to try and move quickly here so that that doesn't happen. And it's already starting to harden down here in this other section. So I've got to very quickly get this on there. Or you can take your glue gun, take the hot part, and just kind of go over that glue a little bit and soften it and finish that line. Just like that. And it probably, it might help you if you take, I'm going to show you with this piece, if you take your lace, I'm sorry, I've got a long piece of lace here that I'm working with. I didn't cut it off because I want to make sure it fits. So if I go along on the inside here and just dot a little bit of glue on there and just sort of fold my lace over on top of itself like that, then I'm going to be sure that my little scallops stay in the right location. So that's another way you can do it. I'm not going to keep doing that because I think I can do just fine just kind of going around the whole thing. But if you feel like you want to do that, you can just lay your lace out on your table and go down across the, a good majority of it anyway, what you think you're going to use and get it all in the right place. Because I can guarantee you, I'm going to look at the front of this and there's going to be spots where my front scallop is not exactly in the same place, but that's okay. I'm not real worried about that. So it's still going to look, it's not going to be noticeable. Because in most areas, it's going to be just in the right spot. And I think it probably would be a good idea for me to speed up the camera right about here. I have a little silicone paddle that Debbie sent me that should help with doing things like this, but the problem with it is, for this particular thing where I'm trying to ruffle these, it's a very lightweight paddle and it won't press hard enough. So you got to have something that's hard to press this down with other than your thumb. And I don't have a harder silicone paddle. So right now we've just got to do this way and it will be fine. But I am getting a ton of glue on my thumb. I'll just let you guys know that. So that's the pain about doing it this way. And I gotta heat this up. Okay, so now we will, we've got it all laced up, and look at how beautiful that came out, you guys. It came out really, really nicely. I couldn't have asked for better. And this is actually quite a stiff lace, so it sets up. You can see it doesn't bend over or fold down or anything like that. It's a very thin but stiff lace. So we've got that part on there. So now comes the really fun part where we get to add a bunch of other great stuff to this. And I'm thinking, whoops, actually I kind of like that flower over the top of that because it adds a different color. Let's see, where is my nipper? Here we go. I think I'm going to pull this center flower out of this, and we might use it somewhere else on here, but for now I'm going to pull that one out, and I'm going to put this one on top of that because it just kind of makes it, it's barely noticeable, but it makes it two different colors. We could even take and add that down on the bottom and make it, you know, 3 different layers of color and brightness. But for now, I think I'm gonna add this flower to this applique here. Just like that. I'm not gonna glue it down yet because I still have to figure out where I want to place everything. So I gotta get this all figured out now. Kind of like having this kind of come down the side here and down, draping down here with the leaves at the top. And this one can come up like that. And then if we add this somewhere up in here, or we could even add it maybe off to the side here, it just adds another bit of really a lot of beauty to this piece. I've got some of these as well, and I don't know, I mean, I don't have enough of this where I could just go and add it all the way around, but I could add it to a couple of spots, or maybe just cut some pieces of this off and kind of add it here and there, which is probably what I'll do. And I've got some of my little butterflies here. I'm going to cut a couple of these off of here and see if there's maybe a couple of spots that I want to add a couple of these little butterflies to. But we have to cut out the mesh that's kind of in between everything here so that it looks finished and clean. And we got to do the same thing to this side. This piece has a little thread on the back that I'm not getting off of there. There we go. Whoops. There's one of those. And that might even look pretty just kind of added to that piece right there. And then of course I've got these butterflies, and this butterfly here is one that I made, but it's exactly the same as this butterfly. So it just adds a touch, another touch of that butterfly in there. And then I've got some other butterflies that are different here. that I made a little differently. So I'm not saying I'm going to put those right there, but I have them. This flower I'm going to put back together and add the pearl back to the center of it. Like that. So we've got that flower. And this piece of lace I kind of wanted to put in here somewhere. But I have to get this so that it's a cohesive look, and I'm not feeling like I'm quite getting that. And here's something else that I thought about using to try and make sure I can get that something in there that kind of ties the whole thing together. And this is just some other lace that I have. But see, if I do this, I'm also sort of covering up this butterfly, and I don't want to do that. So how are we going to do this and make it look like it belongs? And I'm going to be cutting this to shreds, and it's a nice piece of lace that I don't want to ruin. You could go with something like this, sort of around the edges. Or actually, you know what I do have? I just remembered. Where did I put it? I do want to take this, and I'm going to go around the front with this. Over the top of that other lace, and that will add another layer of you know, just shabby chicness, shine, and what have you. So I thought I might put that around it, and or oh, where did I put my other piece? Here it is. I've also got this, and this might be better than that with going around the edge. Actually, I think this one works better. I think we're going to use this around the edge of here. So, but the thing that I need to do is, do I want to put this down? No, we're going to go ahead and edge this first. So let's just do that. Just like we're edging the front lawn. And now putting this on, we can kind of do a bigger space of glue because it's all going to go down fairly quickly. Just like that. Oh gosh, I hope this is going to go all the way around. I will be so heartbroken if this is not going to go all the way around. Oh my goodness. And it's going to go all the way around, so we're going to be fine. I scared myself for a minute there. I thought I had kind of tested this out before we started the project to make sure it was going to fit if I decided to use it. And this is the last piece of this lace that I have, or this trim. I think I got this on Temu. And I only got, I want to say 1 yard of it. I don't know why I did that, because 1 yard is never enough of anything. And what I was looking to try and do is I wanted to get some stuff that I could put into my boxes, my memory boxes, to add to those. And when you buy only 1 yard of something, that's kind of not gonna serve the purpose. We've got to remember too, I have my grateful sign that needs to go on there as well. So that's the other piece of this pie. So let's do this. Let's see. That actually looks very pretty right there. I like that. And if I was to put that sort of there, hanging over, that looks really pretty there too. And then just by adding like little details, like a flower here, or you can put that there, you kind of fill in any empty gap, or you take a little bit of this and maybe just a couple of pieces of that added under the grateful, and you've got kind of an underlining effect that you get there. Or take it and just kind of outline part of the outside of that over here. That looks very pretty. Actually, if I took this and kind of went around just this half here to there, that looks really, really, really pretty. So I think I'm going to cut this off right here. And just going to add a good enough amount of glue there. And then pull it around the corner here. There. And have that just kind of fall right in there. This piece I'm going to have to glue back a little bit because it wants to roll forward. And we'll just go ahead and take each of those little pieces and sort of glue them down like that. Doesn't that look pretty? And then if I took, since I did put that there, if I took some of this, I don't want to just cover that up though, so I mean, I could just take this and it'll go all the way to there. I mean, I am going to use up that whole piece of lace, but look at how gorgeous that looks. And so I feel like I have to do it. I'm going to bite the bullet, you guys, and I'm just going to go for it. And I'm sad because my friend Robin sent me this gorgeous lace again. And it's funny, when she sends me this kind of stuff, I tend to use it up as soon as I get it. She always sends me such beautiful laces and things. All of my friends do. I get some of the most beautiful stuff, and then I feel bad sometimes because I use it up fairly quickly doing my videos and stuff. So, but I guess that's what it's for, right? So that I can bring you guys some great videos. So that's what we're doing here. this side will come in real easily because it doesn't have to swerve so much. And I am going to cut this one flower off of here. Right there. And I'm going to place this right there. I do like this there. And then maybe or do we want to just go ahead and add this piece there? Because you guys know I really want to use this piece of applique. I really, really love it. Let's see, I'm struggling. I wonder if I just put a little cut in the mesh right here. To get that pearl to come through. Like that. Put that down there. A big lump of glue fell off of the gun and onto the lace. It was stuck on my glue gun. Okay, so there we go. And then we have, do we want to put this here? Or maybe put that there. And then where did our grateful sign go? Let's see. I'm going to get this right, you guys, if it kills me. That actually looks pretty right there. I like that there. Right at the separation of those two. I think that looks really good there. Okay. And then what I want to do is use this flower here on the grateful word. Isn't that pretty? Good idea, huh? And it needs to go over here because then it kind of brings one of those flowers over to this side here. And I like it right there on the grateful. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there and add that flower to the word. And I could even take, well, maybe one of these butterflies. I don't want to cover up the word, though. Feels like it's too much on the L. Let's see. All right, first let me figure this out. See if I can get a piece of this to kind of go up in there. I have to figure out what I'm going to cut off and how I'm going to cut it off without losing a whole bunch of pearls, because I don't want to do that. I don't like that there. I just don't like it. It's not doing exact. Oh, I know what I forgot. Ugh. You know what? Okay, I think we're going to put our grateful right here. I think that's a good spot for it. And I don't know which part of this is going to need the glue, so I'm gluing quite a bit. And I'm just going to push that down just like that. That's glued down. And here's what we're going to do. Let's put this aside for a minute. And remember, we've got our felt circle. This is a little bigger than I want it to be. So we're going to cut this down to a smaller circle, because I don't want a big, huge flower on this. I just want sort of a medium-sized flower. So I'm going to do that. And I think I want that lace kind of like this. Uh-oh, what did I do? This will make a nice small flower. Okay, so we're going to use this lace here. I'm just going to get started going here. I'm going to get moving. So, just going to put a line of glue right there and start putting this around the edge. And here I'm going to get another big handful of glue all over my fingers again. And this lace, it's not so bad when you're using ribbon, but when you're using lace, all that glue comes right up through the lace. So it is a problem. So let's just go ahead and see how quickly we can make this happen. I should be able to do this fairly quickly. And with this, I probably could have used the paddle, but I don't know where it's at right this moment, so I can't get it quick enough to make that happen. So we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Get this lace together here. And maybe if I hold it up, it will go faster. Okay. And now we're going to come in a little ways and start coming in with the lace, and we'll start our second layer. And this is why many times I like to just keep the lace or the ribbon that I'm using to make my rolled flowers together and not cut it, because I'm never sure exactly how much I'm going to need. So for me, I'd rather just kind of keep it together if I can, if it's not too big a piece, and just keep on going. And this flower may take all of this lace that's left on this roll. So you can see this is going pretty quickly. This is not a difficult thing to do. Okay, and we'll come in a little bit more. I just got to make sure that I save a certain amount at the end to roll into the center as a bud, or I can take it and just leave it flat like this and put a piece of bling in the center to make a center for it. And it won't be a rose, it'll be, you know, just kind of a little flat flower. So we'll decide what we want to do when I get there. And this glue is sticking to my fingers so badly that the flower wants to pull apart sometimes because I've got so much glue stuck to my fingers already. That is where the problem is. Okay. So that's what we look like so far. And let's see, sometimes what I will do, because it feels like it's getting a little tight, is I will take and snip in a couple of spots so that it's not curling up. Okay, so let's just keep on going here. Get this finished rolling. And the thing is if I put enough of a ruffle in it, it won't turn in. And I put a little less ruffle in that area than I normally do. But the cutting of the lace is not going to hurt a thing. Never be afraid to make little alterations to your plan to make it look good, because there's different ways that you can do this stuff and still come out with perfect results. And this is how we learn, you know, how to fix our mistakes, or how to change them so that it doesn't affect our project. So this is one of the things that I do to keep everything kind of laying down. And so here's what we have. Look at this glue on my thumbs. It's terrible. It's this glue too. This is not my Gorilla Glue. If I was using Gorilla Glue, it would come right off my hands. No problem. I could peel it off, no problem. But some of these other glues won't do that. And it just comes off in clumps here and there and leaves your hands feeling awful. I'm sorry, you guys. I am just peeling some of this glue off my hands. Okay, so here's what I have so far. So what we can do is I've got some bling over here. Let's see if we want to put something in the middle, if I can find some small pieces. I've got something like that, which would work. nothing red. I've got this, which is really pretty, and that would keep it kind of, I mean, you could use that color on anything. We've got that, which is very, very pretty. I wish it was rounder. That's the only thing about that one that I'm not thrilled about. And this is a smaller flower, so we can't use that because it's the wrong color. And the neighbor has started doing their lawn. I'm not kidding, you guys. It's something about me and videos that makes my neighbors or my husband want to mow the lawn. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter. If I'm doing a video, they're going to mow the lawn. That one looks kind of pretty. It's just a big rhinestone, but it looks actually quite pretty in that. There's a blue one. That's too blue. You know, the thing is that most of my pieces are oblong or teardrop shaped, and they don't really fit in there very well. So that is the problem that I'm running into, or they're too big. So that's really all I have in there. Or I could take and put this other flower in the center and do it like that. And that could be our flower. So that looks really pretty too. I've got this piece. That's very pretty. Oh, I like that a lot. Actually, I think that's what we're going to do. We're either going to do that or we're going to roll it into a rose shape. But I think I like this. I think this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to take my lace. I'm going to cut it right there. And see, this is what I would do if I was going to make it like a rose in the center. I would just roll it into a rosebud, kind of like that, and we would have just like a rose. But I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish this up. And I'm going to lay it down and hope I don't get a bunch more glue on my fingers. There we go. And I'm just cutting in some spots so that I can get that to lay down. That's all I'm doing. Kind of where the scallops are in the lace. I'm cutting some spots to get that to lay down just like that. So there's our little rolled flower. Didn't that come out pretty? So what I can do with this now is I can take my flower and put it up in this corner, and maybe put that little butterfly up there with that flower in the corner. Or I could put, or I could put another flower up there with it. Take it like that. Like that, and that looks pretty. And then put, what did I do? Put that under there and put the butterfly right there or right there. And that looks really, really pretty. So what do you guys think? Is that good? Or, because I really feel like I have to, I definitely have to put something up here, because otherwise I'm not going to be happy. And actually I kind of like that whole, maybe the 3 flower look there. I like that other flower sticking out there, so maybe like this. How about that? That looks very, very pretty. I think that'll work. And through doing this, we have eliminated the entire inking section, which is okay. But we've eliminated the entire inked section of this image, so we really didn't need to do that at all. So that's a wasted step that next time maybe I'll learn, and I'll say, you know what, we're not going to ink this one. We're going to just put the image on top of the piece without the inking. Or if we think that we want the inking to kind of be a focal point, we can leave it inked. And we can leave it inked and show the inking part more. You know, kind of showcase that. And that looks very pretty with those 2 butterflies in there. I could put one there and one up here, and that looks really pretty. I want to take, I know I've got another one of these other flowers laying here somewhere, because I had a couple of them here before I started, and I've only used, oh no, I did use 2 of them. That's right. I think I used both of them. Doggone. Well, this was something else that I was actually thinking about edging this with, and this would have been pretty to give it some different flavor. I'm trying to find a little something that I can put in this bottom corner, because I really kind of feel like it needs a flower or something right there. That actually looks kind of pretty. I'm going to cut a piece of this off and see. So if we take a little piece of that and sort of have it go like that, or is it too much? You think it's too much, you guys? It looks kind of pretty. I'm going to cut another one of these off. I just want to see something real quick, you guys, and then we're almost done. But if I was to go kind of like that around the grateful, does that look pretty? I think it does, actually. I like that a lot. So I'm going to go for it. That over the G. And I want to get that pearl poking through there like that. There we go. I like that. Okay, so now the last little bit. Where do we want our butterflies to go? That one looks good there. And that one looks good there. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to glue this one down right here. Because it does look very nice in that location. Try not to cover up the flowers. And this one's gonna go I've basically kind of completely covered up the original butterfly in the center, and that doesn't make me super happy, but the thing is, it's still a gorgeous piece regardless. And so I'm kind of okay with it. I'm gonna just stick this one down right here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then one last thing that we need to do on this is we need to put some lace through the top of it. And now if I can just find the end of my piece of lace that I have here to use, and I found it, we're going to use this lace here. Or, you know what? I'm wondering if... I think we're going to do this. We're going to come up with a bow. You guys know me and my bows. I gotta have a bow. And I'll use the smaller lace to make the hanger with. Okay, and then this one. And I am going to take a piece of this, cut it off, and we're going to take these 3 little sections that we turned into a bow. We've got 3 loops on either side, all 3 different sizes, from little to big, and we're going to wrap this around the back, set it down and hold it down. And we're going to tie this in a knot. But what I'm going to do while I'm holding this is I'm going to sort of crunch the bow up as I'm pulling the knot. Making sure I get that in the center and don't make one side bigger than the other. Like that. And we're going to loop it one more time. And I'm going to cut this. And that side is already pretty much at the right length, so we're good there. Then we've got to do these 2. Okay, and here's our loops. was really, really hoping this was going to be a shorter video, but I just don't know if I know how to make a short video anymore. I really don't, you guys. I just can't seem to get to it. And there we go there. Kind of fluff up our loops. And let's see. I've got to make sure I keep my hole open there so that I can get my hanger through. I think we're gonna pop that down the center, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our thin lace here. I'm gonna double it up here and poke this section through the hole, just like that. We're gonna separate the lace there. And then I'm just going to tie this in a knot up at the top. And it's just going to have a one little hanger strand here that it will hang from, just like that. We've got our bow that's going to go right there, and everything matches beautifully. So we'll put that there. I feel like I kind of want to get those going the other direction, but you could put these tails any way you want. And then we'll put our little butterfly in the center there. Just like that. There we go. All done, you guys. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm super, super happy with how this turned out. And I hope you guys are too. And I want to thank you for coming along for the ride on this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me go ahead and back off the camera just a tad. And there we go, you guys. It's all done. Our grateful heart. I forgot one thing, a very important thing that I wanted to do to this, and I almost totally forgot. So I'm going to push this piece of the video up a little bit further so that you don't bounce off of it before it's actually over. So here's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to take some glass glitter, and I'm going to take a little bit of my UV resin, and I'm just going to dump a little bit in this cup. I know this cup looks ucky. It's not. It's been cured already in there, so it's going to be just fine. I'm going to take one of my little cotton swabs here, and I'm just going to put some resin over these flowers, because we have to make this shine, right? I would be mad at myself if I didn't put some glass glitter in this one, because it's just perfect for it. So let's get it done. This is only going to take a second. So I hope you guys don't mind coming back with me to do this real quick. And I'm just trying to get a few spots where I can add glitter and just make it pop a little bit. And that should probably be just about good. We will call it good right there. So we've got our glass glitter, and this is by Floracraft. I get this on Amazon, and it's a wonderful, wonderful glass glitter that gives such great shine to my projects. I love using it, and I know most people love when I use it on my projects. So sometimes people will order things and ask me to make sure that I put glass glitter on it. So if you ever order anything and it doesn't have glass glitter, but you want glass glitter, you can always ask me, because I'm pretty much kind of always willing to oblige you in that manner and add some glass glitter to just about anything I do. So if you want it, just ask, and I won't charge you any additional fees to add the glass glitter to something. So just remember that, you guys. If you want glass glitter, just let me know. Sometimes I make things without it just because I feel like I have to make some things without it, because there are some people who don't want it. So I try to make sure that I do what I need to do for them as well. So anyway, so we're going to get this glass glitter good, and it should be good now. I put it under it for 30 seconds. I'm going to dump the excess off of here. And you can hear it dropping in my trash can here. Sorry, you guys. I knocked over some trash. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Now that is my finished heart. Look at the sparkle in there. Looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 you guys. Anyway, that's it. So now you can tune into the rest of my video where I tell you all those great things in the end. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And I do have a grateful heart today. And I thank you guys for coming along, like I said, and joining me while I did this project. And hopefully you enjoyed this enough that if you're not already subscribed, you will subscribe to my channel. We're working on getting to 10,000 subscribers, you guys, and the quicker I can get there, the quicker I can do my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, which will be something really, really awesome. So as soon as we get there, we're going to go ahead and do a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I also am ready now. I need to do my 9,000 subscriber giveaway. So I haven't decided what I'm going to give away for that yet, but it will be something very, very nice, and I'll get with you guys very shortly and let you know what I'm going to be putting together for that. And yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun. So also I will be doing my Etsy shop giveaway for my $50 plus shoppers in my Etsy shop. So if you spent $50 or more in my Etsy shop in the month of October, you will be eligible to win a prize. And I give pretty nice prizes out for that as well. I still have to pick out what it's going to be this month, but I've got so many great things. I'm having a hard time deciding which prize I should offer. So, but I will be getting to that as well. So you guys, thanks so much for riding along with me. Thanks for being there for me when I need you most. You guys are great. I'm so lucky to have you. And even though we don't get to talk, you know, on the phone like most friends do or whatever, you guys have no idea how much you actually do help me to get through my day sometimes. Just being here and doing these videos with you makes me so happy, and I'm so grateful to have you all. So thanks a lot for being a part of my world here. And I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end. And God bless you all. Stay safe, stay well. Take care of yourselves first and foremost. Love your family. Hug them, kiss them daily if you can. But always tell them you love them. And I'll see you guys later. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.